Yo, was requested. I'm gonna be reviewing some videos by Jeffries. He's a boxer from the UK, as far as I understand.
I want to tell you a story. I was 18 years old, named #1 fighter in
18 years old? It must have been like 40 years ago, innit? Yeah. Because he's around 60 now, right? Or 70, I can't even tell.
all of Great Britain. I was smashing up everyone I was boxing. Well, for me.
Lovely. You had some gloves on and some protection because you're afraid. And you were boxing other people who were protecting themselves. Lovely, weak British man.
Age. Then I got put onto the England senior boxing team and I moved up to light heavyweight. And my second
Wow. That's such a cool story, man.
fight, as a grown man, I fought the Polish champion who got to the quarter.
A Polish champion. You can tell it to all of your grandchildren. Or not, because you probably won't live to see them. He's 39 years old. I was just joking about the age, but he obviously looks like he's at least around 60. I'm crazy aging on this guy. This is what happens when you age yourself that severely. This is exactly what you should expect if you do this. Boxing, any kind of martial arts. I'm reviewing this video because some of you want me to review videos related to fighting and all of this. It's all the same anyway. It's just a way for weak men to try to deal with being a slave, essentially. That's just what it's all about. It's just pathetic.
Finals for the 2004 Olympic Games. He was a world and European medalist and he absolutely battered me. But not because his technique was better, it wasn't that much better. Not because he was fitter than me or because he was faster than me, because he wasn't really, but because he had one thing over me. And that one thing was his strength. What I like to call it back then was man strength. He was walking through me punches and then punching me pillar to post in the gym. And the result of the fight was he outclassed me, which at the time I had a rule where if you were 20 points ahead of your opponent, the judges stopped the fight and you won. And that's exactly what he done to me. But this was a huge learning curve for me. I knew I had to build my strength if I wanted to go to the next Olympic Games, which was in 4 years ahead. And in this video, I'm going to give you 6 powerful ways that you can build your strength in boxing, whether you're stepping in the ring because you want to fight and be the best in the...
Yeah, but why would you do boxing in the first place? All of these guys get brain injuries because they get hit on the head so often. You get literally nothing out of it except for money, which doesn't exist, and applause from other slaves. You're a slave in the ring. The rich people lean back and watch you destroy each other's health, and sometimes these people do die during the matches. It's rare, but it happens. What's the point of any of it? It's all slavery. It's always been the same. The slaves entertain the rich people, or the ones who enslaved them even before money.
World, or just because you're doing boxing to keep fit and you want to look in great shape as well. This video will definitely help you. But
oh yeah, in great shape. Oh, okay, this is what a great shape is. A great shape is a human being who's 39 but looks like he's over 60 years old. Oh, yes, that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants to stress themselves, create a ton of wrinkles, have dark eye circles, under eye bags, red eyes, I don't even know what's wrong right there, and just look unhealthy. Yeah, that's a great shape for a human being. You're not making any sense.
But why should you listen to me? Well, after I got battered in that England international fight where I told you about, I went to the Olympics in 2008, I won a bronze medal, I won 7 national titles.
Yeah, exactly. You won a man-made medal with no meaning. And what do you have out of that? A super short lifespan. Okay, cool. Who cares about your medal when you're not there anymore? Will you care about it? Well, you can't. You don't exist anymore. Are any of your family members or friends gonna care about your medal when you're not there? Well, no. It means nothing. It's a piece of metal. It's nothing, literally. And no one's gonna care about any of it when you're gone. the only thing that matters is to be alive.
European champion, and I had 106 fights in my career. And even though I had all of that success and I was really strong in the ring, eventually I didn't do half of the 6 things that I'm going to be giving you because I didn't know about them. But if I did, maybe my bronze medal would have been a gold medal. But before I dive into these...
Okay, so if it would have been a gold medal, what does it change? So you sit there, cry yourself to sleep, looking like you're over 60 years old, and then you look at a gold medal instead of a bronze medal. So what does that change in your life? It's still nothing.
6 amazing methods. Why is strength in boxing absolutely crucial? Well, here's a few things about that. Did you know that strength is directly correlated with a boxer's ability to generate power in their punches? And stronger muscles, particularly your main muscles in the upper body and your core and your legs, and having stronger muscles allows boxers or you to deliver way more powerful.
Yeah, but what does it matter? You can't do anything with this in nature. Boxing, kicking, that's something completely new that humans made up. There's no recorded cases of any natural tribes ever kicking or punching somebody. Of course, you can train yourself and age your body like crazy and adapt your body to it, but compared to natural fighting, it just does nothing. You could see that in the one Mike Tyson fight that he had with that guy. They box for how long? Probably 30? I don't know how long the match was specifically there. They went down for a while. And then because he couldn't do anything, he started biting the guy's ear off. You probably know the match. And what happened then? It was stopped right away because it did actual damage. But no, you better just box each other with gloves on like weak men for an hour, not doing any damage to each other. I get why people do it, because it's entertaining to watch 2 losers box each other with gloves on. It's so pathetic. I can't even describe it in words. There's nothing more pathetic than boxing on this earth. It's so insane. And then when you do actual natural fighting, right away the boxing stops because real damage has been done. Because that's how real fights are. They're very quick. That's why these fights go on for so long. Because it's not real fights. It's just 2 losers doing nothing. Oh my god, it's just so pathetic.
Hits, which are essentially both good for offense and defense. Like if you're getting out of the way of a punch, you come back with a big whacking counter punch, mate, they're going to think twice about throwing that punch at you. Also, what strength is great for, which is often overlooked, is endurance.
Boxing is very similar to these guys who use fake horses and jump over those, I don't know what you call them, whatever. Good that I don't, because I don't care about it. Because there's real horse jumping, and then there's this new so-called sport where they use fake horses and pretend. That's basically the equivalent of boxing when it comes to fighting. It's exactly the same, actually. Because boxing is fake, it's pathetic, and it's not real. Like, it doesn't do any damage. It's just nothing. Yeah, exactly. Boxing is imaginary horse riding compared to fighting. Yeah, exactly. That's why I can't take these kind of videos seriously, because it's just a joke.
And stamina, because in boxing we are required to sustain a high energy output, and strength training enhances your muscle endurance. You can't out-train a bad diet. You need to fuel your body.
Meat, okay, and the meat isn't even that overcooked. That's cool, but why all the green garbage that doesn't do anything for your muscles, for your body in general?
With the right nutrients to support muscle growth and recovery. Focused on a...
Yeah, and why would you eat seeds, some super overcooked boiled eggs, and pesticide-ridden fruits for muscles? Yeah, it's good for the sugar, the fruits, but what does this have to do with muscle building, man?
Good balanced diet, which is rich in proteins and healthy fats. And
Then why do you show green leaves when you talk about proteins and fats? I mean, what's wrong with him? How can you talk about protein and fats and then show green leaves? The opposite of that. I think about it. Who made this video? Did he edit it? Or did somebody else edit it for him? Do you not understand how editing works? When you talk about something, then you put images of it.
complex carbohydrates. Now, if you don't know what any of them things are, go on a website called ChatGPT and ask AI. Google this stuff. You'll be able to find that out. And as well, if you do this, right, you'll get rid of that layer of fat. And because you've been doing the strength exercises, taking your creatine, your muscles will be jacked, your abs will be out, and you'll be down that big.
You're not gonna look like somebody on steroids. And if you eat like that, you will look closer to the way he looks, yeah. You will not really have any muscles. This is another joke of a video he made where he talks about the most important punches that you should learn if you want to attack somebody while boxing or defend yourself.
And I've had a concussion from being hit on the chin. Now, before I give you the demo and show you how to do it, another reason why this is so dangerous is because an uppercut, when thrown correctly, like I'm going to show you, is hard to see coming. Now, if you're throwing it incorrectly, like this, yeah, that's stupid and it's easy to see coming. But when you're up close, inside here, now let's just see you through some light punch.
Oh my god, it's like you're talking to a baby because you have to explain the most simple things to these people because they're so caught up in their boxing world. They don't even understand how real life fights actually look like. Natural fights anyway. They don't even understand whatsoever. But I'm talking about even normal street fights. You can't even get close to somebody in the first place. Most fights naturally don't even end up with two guys getting close to each other anyway. If you do get close to somebody, it's impossible that you will be able to punch somebody. Only people who are brainwashed that punching and kicking is what you do will actually do that. Anybody who fights even somewhat naturally would never even let somebody punch them or kick them. The only way to do that is when you have two people who do the same and then they keep this distance. In reality, over 90% of fights naturally happen from a distance, and if you do, for whatever reason, get close to somebody, which would be less than 10% of the fights, then you would right away do what does the most damage. Kicking and punching doesn't even come to somebody's mind, because in comparison, it does almost nothing.
Because there, the guy's arms are here covering up, then you're going to whip that one straight up the middle, and because it's a short punch, it's got less distance to travel. When it's got less distance to travel, it gets there faster. So I'm inside here, turning, whipping.
Yeah, but you can't get inside here with your fists. I mean, how does he not understand it? Or what is he talking about? Only about boxing in a ring? Yeah, okay, so you're talking about a slave sport. Okay, yeah. Yeah, then maybe when you're fighting with rules because you're weak and you're afraid. Yeah, that's what losers do. Okay, I get that. But if you fight in any scenario outside of the ring, you can't do that. You can't put up your arms and get close to somebody. It's impossible. This is just irrelevant. And why would anybody watch this? Except if you're preparing for a boxing match, yeah, then I understand. Otherwise, outside of a man-made ring where slaves fight each other, it will bring you nothing. It's pointless. It's not good to attack or to defend yourself.
In that uppercut and throwing it right to the bottom of the chin. And there's another way of throwing it like Mike Tyson used to do, where he's inside and he's low and he's bending his knees, and from there he's straightening his legs as he's throwing that punch up. And if you think, I've come down, I've come up, whoom, and whipping up that uppercut, serious damage. Now, another great reason why this is so good is because it's great to add into different combinations. And if you've ever been hit on the chin with an uppercut, you will know it kind of disorientates you. But it takes away your confidence as well. So if you've hit me with the uppercut and you come out...
You also need to remember that you don't have any gloves on, naturally, which is why the damage that you would do would be completely different with just your bare fists.
For a body shot, yeah, it's great. And I always remember sparring with ABA champion called Warren Baster, who was at my gym. And he showed me a great technique of landing the uppercut.
This is absolutely a joke of a channel. Who cares about any of this? Yeah, some people who have been brainwashed to learn how to box, otherwise completely useless information. And of course, you can see the damage that the boxing has done to him. It's very apparent, not only because he looks like he's over 60 years old from the stress alone, but of course also when you get hit on your head so many times, it will leave a mark. So crazy, because people like this should make videos warning others not to do boxing. He should have only made one video saying, this is what destroyed my life, boxing. And then you talk about how all of the stress aged you, how women your age don't even look at you, how only 60-year-old women are attracted to you. That would scare off a lot of guys already. The memory problems that you have, all of the problems with your cognition. Come on. Even the face itself looks damaged when you look at boxers because they get punched so often. Who wants any of this? And nobody on this earth. The only people who go after this are people who already feel like they lost that life, so to speak. And that's why they just go for something super self-destructive. Some tall and handsome guy isn't gonna think, I'm gonna box, I'm gonna let my face get punched, my brain, I'm gonna age myself, create tons of wrinkles. No way, because they would do anything to avoid that. So you gotta understand the type of guys who get into this in the first place. It's really sad, if anything. Thanks for watching.